would call if they went someplace else first, wouldn't they? I mean, they know we're waiting here, right?
Bo said as soon as they finish identifying the body, they'd be here.
I used to think I was such a humanist.
What's that, sugar?
Oh, I always used to talk about and believe so strongly in the instinctive goodness in everybody. And here I am sitting here wondering, hoping that someone I know has drowned in an icy river.
Todd Manning is not just someone, Nora.
What happened?
What's the news?
Was it him?
No, I'm sorry. The body wasn't Todd's.
Oh, my God.
He's still out there.
Okay, thanks for the ride, Dad. See you later.
Hold on just a minute. Let's see if your mom's home.
Yes, I most certainly am home. Hello, Clint. Jessica, I need to speak with you.
About what?
Clint, this actually concerns you, too. I just got a letter from Jessica's guidance counselor. Apparently, she was sent to the principal's office twice last week for being disrespectful to her teachers.
Yes, well, actually...
Would you care to tell us what this is all about, please?
Why? You know everything anyway. Except this was 2 weeks ago. Why do you even care? You don't have enough time to read a stupid letter anyway.
Oh, Cassie, I'm so glad you're here.
Good to see you too, Dorian. May I?
Of course. Come on in, Hank. May I get you something to drink?
No, thank you. Just dropped by to ask you a couple of questions.
Well, you know me. I always enjoy the attentions of a handsome man. What would you like?
Well, for starters, you can tell me where you've been.
Been?
Yes. Specifically, yesterday. You didn't happen to take a quick trip to Charlottesville, Virginia, by any chance, did you?
No, why?
Come on, Dorian, don't start out with a lie. Did you go to Charlottesville to meet with a woman named Ethel Crawford?
Ethel Crawford. Well, she was my late husband's nurse.
Did you meet with her?
The last time I saw Ethel was ages ago.
Really? Well, now that's strange. Because one of Mrs. Crawford's neighbors saw someone enter and leave her apartment yesterday. And the description she gave fit you to a T, Dorian. So how about I ask the question again, and this time, try telling the truth.
Why do you keep coming here? I already told you, I just want to see him.
But you had your goodbye with William.
That is not his name. I didn't give him that name.
God, why are you doing this? What do you want?
I want my baby back.
What? No, Beth, you can't possibly.
No, look, you gotta listen up here, okay? I changed my mind. I am not gonna let you adopt my baby. I want him back today. Now.
One Life to Live, brought to you by...
No. No. You can't.
I want my baby.
No, you can't do this, but you can't just waltz in here and say you're going to take your baby back.
He's mine.
Well, we have custody. Legal custody.
Yeah, but I signed that form.
Yeah, that is exactly what I'm talking about.
And the form says that I have like 40 days to change my mind, so that's what I'm doing. And I want my baby back now.
Listen, Beth, listen. I realize how hard it all must be for you, you know, going through this. You're confused. It's a very emotional time. But you gave us little William because you knew we could make a good home for him.
Yeah, but I can't too.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You know, just look around. Is this anything like your little room? And remember how impressed you were with all the toys in William's nursery?
That stuff doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. You're right. It's not the possessions. It's just that Okay, Beth. Okay, Beth. What do you say to this, okay? Why don't you give us some time? You think it through, all right? I mean, for the baby's sake. You know? Now, I'm sure that you're feeling a little lonesome sometimes, missing the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, but try to remember how it was at the beginning, you know? When you first realized you couldn't take care of him.
It's different now,
No,
though.
it's not. No, you think about it. You still can't take care of a baby.
I want to try to.
You still don't have enough money. You know, Jason and Wanda have big hearts, and they're letting you stay above Wanda's place rent-free. But what's going to happen when they need that space? You got to think about the baby, Beth, not just how you feel.
I'm not,
You got to
though.
remember how helpless he is, how he's going to need someone who can always take care of him. Think, Beth, and I know you'll realize that he belongs here with me.
All right, Jesse, just watch your tone. Your mother didn't just run off, you know. She was helping Joey get settled for his semester abroad.
Jessica, we talked about this, remember?
Yeah.
I mean, she couldn't just tell him to catch the next bus to Rome, you know.
Okay, all right. What's your point?
The point is, honey, we are trying to find out why you seem to be so upset that I wasn't here.
Look, I don't care, okay?
I do.
Yeah, right. Even when you're in the country, you're never around. You could have gone to the moon for all I know.
What?
Hey, can I go now?
No. You most certainly may not.
Okay,
go.
now, both of you, let's just back off and slow down, shall we? Jesse, I believe you owe your mother an apology. Then I think you should go up to your room and try and get a grip, okay? We'll talk about this later.
Sorry.
I really thought we had seen the last of that attitude.
Yes, well, I reckon not.
Clint, I was stunned when I read this letter. I mean, I come home, I read the mail, and this is what I get?
Forget about the letter. While you were gone, I talked to the guidance counselor and both her teachers. It's all settled and straightened out.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, that's wonderful, but I still need to know what went on. What did Jessica do?
Pretty much the same thing she just did with you. She gave him a lot of lip.
But why? It is so unlike her. Are you telling me now you think I shouldn't have gone to Italy with Joey either?
No. No, as a matter of fact, I'm glad that you could go. But that doesn't mean that Jessie doesn't have a point.
What?
Look, I'm not judging you, Vicki. I know that you love her. But maybe you're spending a little too much time with this investigation into Dorian. I mean, trying to avenge something that happened to your father 18 years ago, are you willing to stand by and watch your daughter get hurt?
Are you sure that you wouldn't like a drink, Hank?
Come on, Dorian. Don't play games with me. I've got witnesses.
Witnesses?
Yes, witnesses who saw you going to and from Ethel Crawford's apartment.
Have they had their eyes examined lately? Oh, really, Hank? There are some untrustworthy people out there.
Well, that's true, Dorian, but I think I'll take Stone Carpenter's word for this one.
Oh, he's the one you talk to. The man hates me. He would pay 1,000 people to say anything at all
Come on,
about
cut
me.
the bull. your fingerprints are all over Ethel Crawford's apartment, including a medicine chest in the bathroom. The same one where she keeps her insulin.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about that.
Dorian, your prints were all over the vials, the one next to her. The ones that probably induced the overdose and sent Ethel Crawford into a coma.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, Dorian. You know, the lady might die, which means the charge will move up to murder 1.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that it looks like someone tried to kill Ethel Crawford. And the evidence points to only one person. You.
All right. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate your time, Captain. Bye-bye. When the police found out that the body that they fished out of the river wasn't Manning's, they sent out teams to start searching the riverbanks again.
Was there any luck?
Yes and no.
Well, what does that mean?
No, they didn't find another body, but the river was partially frozen, and it created an ice dam further downstream. Now, they found a shoe there, and they're sure that it belongs to Todd.
Oh, how can they possibly know that a shoe belonged to Todd?
It was prison issue.
Then he's dead. He's got to be dead.
It's all right, sugar.
Yeah, all right.
His body is under the ice?
That's the assumption. And they feel that tonight the river might just freeze solid, but what that means is there's a chance that they might not even get to it until maybe early spring.
What? Then we have to wait that long until they can be sure?
I guess so.
But they are sure Todd is under there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They think that it's obviously, you know, that's what happened. Yeah.
What about you? Is that where you think he is?
I'm shocked. Really, I'm quite shocked. I knew that Ethel had diabetes. Someone told me about it years ago, but the poor woman.
Dorian.
The thing is, I don't understand why it makes any difference whether I visited her yesterday or today or any other day for that matter. Diabetics go into insulin-induced comas every day of the week. And setting aside her medical condition, what really concerns me here, Hank, is what business is it of yours?
Well, that's simple. If someone tried to kill Ethel Crawford, there'd have to be a reason.
And in your mind, I have a reason to kill an elderly retired nurse?
Yes.
Even for a lawyer, you have an overactive imagination.
Either that or I've got all my facts together.
All right. Speaking of that, let's get all your facts together. Here it is, the lowdown. Yes, Ethel Crawford was my late husband's nurse while he was dying.
I'm aware of that.
And she made some very nasty insinuations about me at the time of his death. Sloane Carpenter believed them. He printed them in that disgusting book of his, Lord of the Banner.
Yeah, and...
But that's all that they were, Hank. Insinuations, rumors, snide remarks. Come on. To be truthful, Ethel Crawford has always had a few screws loose. Sloane knows this. If she weren't nutty as a fruitcake, believe me, I would have sued her by now.
Really? Is that why you've been sending her money?
I beg your pardon?
Dorian, this is a list of all the canceled checks you've sent to Ethel Crawford over the last 18 years. Now, do you make it a habit of sending crazy old women money? Or do you just do it for the fun of it?
You're just making it sound like I'm being selfish or something, and I have thought about this a lot, and I love my baby,
Beth,
and I don't care what you see. I can take care of him, and I can get help or whatever you know, but he's my baby, and I love him. And
No, how could you do this to me? You can't. You can't. I love this baby. I'm the one who's been getting up with him at all hours, feeding him, holding him, being his mother. I love him. And what did you do? You abandoned a poor, helpless baby out in the freezing cold because you didn't want him.
No, I didn't.
And it
I
was
was
a
so
miracle that I
scared.
found
Yes.
him. After everything I'd been through, I was the one who found him, who lifted him out of that manger and held him in my arms. And you let him stay with us. You gave him to us. You let him love us.
Look, I'm sorry. I know that you're mad at everything, but he is still my baby, and I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna see him.
No! No! Andrew is with Faith Campbell right now. We're going to begin this home study so we can make the adoption final.
I know, and that's why I came
Monica,
now.
before walking here, if you say that you've changed your mind just like that.
Please listen to me now. Faith's going over some paperwork, and I just can't stall him further back. Listen to me. Listen, I am begging you to understand our position. Please leave, please.
Beth, what are you doing here?
Cassie, come here for a second, please. Come back. Come on.
Beth, you really shouldn't be visiting here.
I came to tell Cassie I want my baby back.
You what?
Well, then, this is kind of sudden. What happened, Beth?
Nothing. I love my baby and I want to take care of him. I'm sorry. You know, I should never have signed that paper.
Your consent form gave you 40 days to change your mind, and you're saying that you're doing that now.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Beth, I wish you had contacted me instead of... Well, it's done now. Andrew, Cassie, you were aware that this was always one of the conditions of your temporary custody.
Faith, we were aware of that. We just really didn't think that it was going to be.
Can I have my baby back now?
No.
Cassie?
I want to take him home.
Beth, honey, I'm afraid it's not quite that simple. I'll have to go in before Judge tomorrow morning and, well, tell him about the situation. And he'll have to make a ruling reversing the temporary custody.
Cassie, just sit down, all right? Sit down. Sit down for a second.
Beth, you know, the best thing for you to do right now is to go home. I'll contact you in the morning, okay?
Okay. Cassie, I'm just sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't want to.
We'll talk more about this later, okay? Right now, you just go home and wait for my call.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, in the morning, Faith, you promise?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Good night. She can't possibly get away with this, can she? Yes, I'm afraid she can. No. You'll have to give up the baby.
That is absurd. Of course I don't want Jessie to be hurt.
Not intentionally. But maybe you're too busy to notice.
You know, Clint, this is ridiculous. Now, all of a sudden, you're carrying on as if this is some sort of major flaw in my character. This is only since yesterday when I saw you at the airport. All I am trying to do is to prove that
I know what you're trying to do. I know exactly what you're trying to do. You and Sloan are trying to prove that Dorian killed your father. That's all you talk about.
All right, okay, all right, I admit. I have been somewhat absorbed by this because I have been trying to get evidence, but I have most certainly not neglected my family. For heaven's sakes, I just came back from helping Joey.
Vicky, I'm not trying to beat up on you. I'm just trying to get you to take a fresh look at things. You know, like, are you being totally honest with yourself?
About what?
Well, for instance, like how much time you've been spending on this thing. You know, you're letting everything else slide.
Oh, like what?
Well, like what? Like, well, for instance, you don't seem to have had time to divorce me. Or have you changed your little mind?
No, I have not changed my mind. All right, Clint, yes, I have been somewhat obsessed by this, yes. But you know, we are really onto something.
Are you?
Yes! We finally have enough evidence to force Hank Gannon to open a full-scale investigation.
I see.
Now what's the matter?
I just hope you know what you're doing, that's all. I mean, when you involve the police, you're opening up a real Pandora's box. And what you're doing could affect all of our lives forever.
That's it. I'm not going to say another word unless my lawyer is present.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea, Dorian. That way you can buy a little bit of time. You know, you're gonna have to answer my questions sooner or later. I hope you realize that.
And I hope you realize what happens to a district attorney when he obtains information illegally. There are banking secrecy laws, you know. How did you get a record of my canceled checks? I hope you had a court order.
Anything that I use in a trial will have an official seal.
Trial? Come on, let's get real here. Whatever happened to Ethel Crawford yesterday happened in Virginia. That's just a teeny bit outside of your jurisdiction, isn't it?
Yeah, but the problem is what happened to Ethel Crawford yesterday came out of a crime that did happen in my jurisdiction. The murder of Victor Lord.
Are you saying that you're investigating me for Victor's death?
His murder, Dorian. His murder.
This is appalling.
Yeah. I didn't imagine you'd think much of it.
No, not for me. Well, I am upset, of course. Hey, who wouldn't be when someone accuses them of murder? But no, I'm appalled for you. Hank, they're making a fool of you.
Vicky and Sloan? I don't think so.
Oh, yes, indeed. They've taken 20-year-old rumors that have been floating around about me, and rumors that were false to begin with, and they've taken them and wrapped them up in a
Dorian,
nice new package.
any case brought against you will be based on facts.
You want facts? Read Victor's death certificate. He died of a stroke.
I've read it.
Hank, open up your eyes, will you? Vicky and Sloan are using you. If you allow that, your career could be ruined.
I think I'll take my chances, Dorian. And I think you should take some advice from me. Get yourself the best lawyer money can buy. Huh? Oh, and by the way, Dorian, don't leave town. That's an order.
Why you have to be so negative about this? I mean, I certainly shouldn't have to tell you how destructive Dorian can be.
No, you sure don't.
No, I don't. That woman maims or destroys every single person she comes in contact with. I mean, look what she did to you, to Sloan, to Cassie.
I know.
And it took me a very long time to finally realize that that woman has to be stopped. Clint, I honestly think it can happen now.
And you're the avenging angel, right? Well, have at it. It's your call.
That's it? You're not even going to say, gee, good job for getting the evidence?
I think I'll pass.
Really? Thanks a lot.
Do you realize how dangerous this can be?
For whom, Dorian or me?
We interrupt this program for a special report from Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Well, I've got a lot of homework, so I'd better get going.
Okay, go do it. I love you, babe.
See you later.
I'll get it.
Don't even think about telling me not to come in.
Faith? Faith, is that you?
I'm here to give you what you want.